The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your SuperChats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Should Jets fans actually trust the front office to get it right at quarterback this offseason? We'll talk about that and much more with the newly married Matt O'Leary. It's the Jake Asman Show on Thanksgiving Eve. Let's hit it and get it started. Gobble, 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 gobble.
I'm out here to win every game, and I'm not just tanking it.
Gobble, 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 gobble.
A new chapter for the Jets has started. Aaron Glenn and Darren Mougey are tasked with shaping the future of this franchise. Will they be the ones to finally get it right? We will be here for every step of the journey on the Jake Asman Show, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super Chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now.
Here we go, Jet fans, on Thanksgiving Eve. Hit the like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Before we bring on the newly married Matt O'Leary, a reminder, tomorrow morning, start your Thanksgiving with me. I'm in for DiPietro and Rothenberg. It will be me and Ty Butler from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. hosting the show. You can watch it on the ESPN New York YouTube channel or listen in on 8:80 a.m. or download the ESPN New York app. And then Black Friday, I'm going to need you guys, the Asmaniacs, to call in. I'm solo from 6 to 10, so we'll talk plenty about the New York Jets and everything New York sports, plus all the Thanksgiving Day games to react to. So next 2 days, early morning radio, planning on still doing at least one show on Friday on the channel. So you will still get a live show on Friday. But tomorrow morning, happy Thanksgiving. Start it with me on ESPN New York. With that said, let's say hello right now to the newly married Matt O'Leary, who not only got married on Saturday, but Matt, by 1 o'clock, you were back home live tweeting the Jets and the Ravens because, I mean, that's what you do after you get married. You live tweet about a now 2-9 football team.
Well, I got to say, Taylor knew what she was getting herself into. I am a true sicko. I had it timed out, stopped back at the venue, picked up all the stuff we had to do, and by 12:45, I was on my couch ready to go for some Jets Ravens.
I mean, there's nothing like it. Now let's recap the wedding, because all week people have been asking me, even on my post-game show, right after the game, no one wants to talk about the Jets. Everyone wants to know how the Matt O'Leary wedding was. And I told everyone then, and I'll continue to say, it was a blast. It was awesome to be hanging out with Ryan, Green Bean, Richie, Jeremy, and then, of course, their lovely significant others. And then getting a chance to see you in action on the dance floor was definitely one of the highlights. What was it like for you now that you've had a couple days to maybe think back to a crazy, wild, magical Saturday night on Long Island?
Yeah, we had the best time. We had so much fun, and it was so great to see you guys out there and get to celebrate with you guys. I'll tell you this, did not expect Ryan Delaney, Jets Talk 24/7, to be the dance floor merchant. He was awesome out there. Jeremy and Green Bean going up for getting loads and loads of food during cocktail hour was very funny to me as well. And the Jets chant. I don't know if you have the video of the Jets chant. But
do I? The best part, Matt, is you in the background, and people can see you just going nuts. Like, once you realize there's a Jet chant, everyone look all the way in the back by the beautiful, wood display sign that says the O'Learys. You can see Matt getting in on the Jet chant once he heard what was happening, which was just so funny. Great job by Richie starting that. And man, it was a blast, dude. I know they say, like, you blink and it goes by so quick for anyone that's been married. I mean, was that your experience when you kind of think back to it? It was just like a giant blur, just you came and went.
It did come and go. And the funniest part, I think I said this last night on the show, talking Jets, walking in. So Groom goes in first, obviously, and there's nearly 200 people there. So it's crowded. But the first face I remember seeing is you, Jake Asman.
Really?
Out of everyone there, I was like, oh shit, Jake's here. I'm like, Well, duh, like he was invited, but I don't know why. But your face in the crowd was the first one that I noticed. It did go by so fast. In the cocktail hour, we tried to say our hellos to everyone so we could just kind of be out there on the dance floor and have a good time, which we did. But my favorite part was our maitre d' made plates of everything from the cocktail hour. So we disappeared for the last like 5 or 10 minutes and just went upstairs, the two of us, and devoured, I mean, short rib, the mashed potato bar, everything that was out there. So that was another highlight.
That's great. And, you know, one of the things I loved about your cocktail hour, besides, of course, the famous mashed potato bar delivering on everything and more anyone could have imagined, was the fact that with the, I think it was short rib you guys were serving, there was Peter Luger's sauce. Like, it was just tremendous. Anyone who's been on Long Island has ever had Peter Luger's. They're known for their famous steak sauce. And to have that part of the cocktail hour, just tremendous. Great job by you guys.
Absolutely. Shout out the Stonebridge in Smithtown. They really know how to throw a wedding. It was just 2 years of planning, everything that we wanted and so much more. And like I said, I'm so glad that you guys were there and had a great time as well.
And then, of course, you know, Jeremy Jets Chaos. I mean, he went in on the mashed potatoes. I mean, it was an impressive performance.
I almost, this is so funny, but I almost wish that I was like a fly on the wall instead of a character, because I would have loved to see how many trips he made up. I saw the plate of crackers and cheese that he had.
Yes.
Just unbelievable.
Unreal. And now I see a bunch of people have asked in the chat, how come Matt's not on his honeymoon? Correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys, you plan to take the honeymoon this summer because it's still football season for you, which is when we make our bread and butter. This is the time of year.
Yeah. So there was compromises, right? Like we both, and Taylor especially, she wanted to have a fall wedding. And I was like, I'm good. Pick any Friday or Saturday you want. Totally fine. But like, I don't want to miss football Sundays. There's 17 of those, or 18 with the bye week, which is honestly sometimes better than having to watch Jets football. But it's like, that's my one thing. And then, you know, she's a CPA accountant. She goes into her busy season from January through March, and I teach in the spring semester. So I said, we'll do our honeymoon in the summer. So at some point in June, we still got to pick where we're going, but we'll take our little bit of a break then at that point when it's quiet for both of us.
I love it. Well, congrats again to you guys. Thank you for having us at your wedding. It was so much fun to spend the night with you guys and see you on the dance floor, Matt. I mean, you really, I know you talked about Ryan before, and yes, he was out there, but I mean, that was the first wedding that I can remember where the bride and groom were basically on the dance floor the entire night. Like that, like I don't remember a moment where you weren't out there. Like, it was impressive. Your stamina, you were ready to go out there and perform. Well done by you and Taylor.
Thank you so much. What kept me through it, shout out Terrence, our maitre d' was coming out with a ice cold towel, and he would put that on our face or the back of our neck.
I saw that. It was like a boxer in between rounds, like getting work from like the training staff.
I needed it, and so did Taylor too. It took my body temperature down probably 20 degrees when he did that. That's what got me through the marathon that was being out there for every single song.
So from one of the greatest nights of your life to the next day, you're watching the Jets and the Ravens. What were your big takeaways following the Jets losing in Baltimore?
Yeah, you know what? I was expecting them to lose this game, right? I don't think any Jet fan was really all that confident with them going on the road and playing a red-hot Ravens team. I thought they hung tough with them for a while, honestly, Jake. Like, they led at halftime. I know it was kind of a sloppy, ugly first half, 7-3 going into the half, and then Baltimore kind of pulls away in the second half. I know there's been a lot of talk and the controversial decision to go for it on fourth down from Aaron Glenn when he did, and it wasn't successful. I don't know what your stance is on it, but I honestly didn't mind the call, right? Like, it's 4th and 2. You know, you're a 13-point underdog on the road. You're 2-9 or 2-8, you know, potentially going on your way to 2-9. I don't mind the aggressiveness there, man. Like, you can't, it's very hard to go into a stadium like that and win on the road without taking some shots, right? And to me, that was playing to win, not playing, you know, not to lose, which I think we've seen Jets coaches be conservative and punt in that situation. And, you know, who knows, right? Like, even if they got it and converted, they still probably aren't winning that game. But, you know, at least for me, it showed that they were willing to be aggressive and go down swinging, which I appreciate.
So I didn't like it, but my bigger issue is not even just going for it. It's like the lack of consistency even in that game. Because there was a moment earlier in the game where they did punt from around midfield. And I'm like, okay, you punted then, but now you're going to go out there and go for it here. I just didn't think there was any consistency with it. If Glenn was known for always going for it, that'd be one thing. But we've seen him like fluctuate in game with like whether or not they want to be aggressive or lean more conservative. And the other issue I have with that play in particular, Breece Hall needs to be on the field on third and fourth down. And this is in general. Like, I like Isaiah Davis. He's a nice role player. Breece Hall is their best offensive player without Garrett Wilson, especially on the team right now because he's hurt. Like, to not have Breece out there, that to me was a huge mistake. I don't know if that's Glenn or Engstrand or both of them you want to put the blame on, but like to me, Breece Hall needs to be out there on third down. And then if you're going to go for it on fourth, then the threat of Breece Hall being on the field potentially opens things up for your offense.
I agree with you. I think that is perfectly said. If Breece Hall, like you said, pass it in the passing game or running game, I think it adds that extra element because you don't know what they're going to do. Where if Isaiah Davis is on the field, in all likelihood, he's out there because of pass protection. I think, he starts in pass pro and then slips out. I didn't mind the play call, but I think the personnel could have been better. And you're right. Like without Garrett, how do you not have Breece Hall on the field in that spot? And that to me is a fair criticism of that play.
Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. For those who didn't see yesterday's show, I announced that we have a sick daily raffle that we are going to give people 2 total shows for the chance to enter. That's because it's a signed Broadway Joe Namath jersey. That's what's up for grabs. So if you want it, you got to enter the raffle by gifting your fellow Asmaniac a channel membership. Or if you're watching on your phone and can't gift from the computer, you could send in a $10 super chat to get 2 raffle tickets or anything higher, and you'll get the raffle tickets that qualify. So a $20 super chat is $5, $50 is $10, 100 is 20, so on and so forth. And if you don't win the Namath jersey at the end of the show, how about a chance to win in the weekly raffle a signed Darrelle Revis jersey, a signed LaDainian Tomlinson jersey, and a signed helmet by Jets former All-Pro linebacker C.J. Mosley. So a big giveaway here on Thanksgiving Eve. Matt, one of the things I want to talk about with you, and we really saw a great example of this in the game, are the in-season trades that Darren Mougey has made have all really worked. And we're looking at a bunch of guys on this team that are going to be here next year that are going to have real roles on the team that the Jets did not give up anything to essentially acquire these players. You look at the game on Sunday, Harrison Phillips was making plays. Briggs was making plays. So you got those guys on the same day with 6-round picks being traded away to make those moves. Brownlee had a nice bounce back game. I think overall he's been really good since they brought him in a trade in late September. Then you factor in the throw-ins in the Michael Carter deal. John Mechie, who scored a touchdown in 2 straight games and was the focal point of their passing attack on Sunday. A.D. Mitchell making some plays. And I think you look around and go, Mougey's been very good with these in-season trades. He also extracted absolute top value for both Sauce and Quinnen, so give him credit for that. Should Jet fans be confident in Darren Mougey going forward? Because beyond just making these trades in season, he's going to be tasked with everything that's going to go on this offseason, most notably the plan for quarterback going forward.
I think he's starting to earn that, especially with the trades. I think that's kind of been the bread and butter so far. I think, you look at like the draft, I think the day 3 strategy was a little bit bizarre to me, but the day 1 and day 2, I think they got great value on positions of need. So hopefully it's just kind of a learning thing for them. But I love how you just ran through all the different guys, that they traded for. Clearly, I think have an eye for talent. And, this is a huge offseason for the Jets. In all likelihood, trying to find that franchise quarterback. And we very well could see, a scenario where the Jets are trading up to do that. And that would be another trade for Darren Mougey. And I know that was something we talked about on Thursday's show when I came on with you. I don't think it's fully fair to just go complete like blind faith. He's absolutely going to figure it out. But on the flip side of that, to the people who are saying, do we really trust this guy to make the call? I would trust him as much as any other GM that the Jets have had. He hasn't done anything that, makes me believe that he can't do it. So I guess, in that stance, yeah, I do think he deserves the shot to take the quarterback.
I mean, whether we trust them or not, they're going to get the shot. That's just how it goes. I mean, you know the layout of the Jets going forward is going to include Aaron Glenn. It's going to include Darren Mougey. I think the fact that they were even allowed to make the Sauce and Quinnen deals told me all I needed to know, that they could finish 2-15 and Aaron Glenn is not going anywhere. But they've won a couple games. They have improved along the margins. You know, the defense still can't force a turnover, but they're not, allowing 30-plus points every single game like they were, the first 5 weeks of the year, for example. They've been better. The Tyrod move definitely was better for the offense. At least we got a clear evaluation for a game of some of these receivers we mentioned. And look, quarterback is such a crapshoot, but at least the thing that I worry about, and you and I even talked about this last week, like the chances are the Jets are not going to be picking in the top 3. So if they want one of these quarterbacks, there is very likely a scenario where they might have to move up to get the guy they covet. And that's where having a GM who has a solid understanding on value and how to make a deal and get something done could come in handy. So that does give me some confidence in Mougey, at least being able to facilitate the proper trade, picking the right quarterback. I mean, they picked Justin Fields and hyped him up and said all these things about coaching him up and took shots at his previous coaches. So that concerns me. Hopefully they learn from that, but at least like the ability to get the quarterback and not trade away all 5 first-round picks and move up a few spots. I don't think that's going to happen. I have confidence from a Mougey standpoint, at least with that.
Without a doubt. And I think there's some things that they're doing, like some of the other trades that they made, for instance, bringing in, AD Mitchell and John Mechie, where they're making it a softer landing spot for whatever quarterback they do choose. And I think, I feel pretty good about the state of where the offensive line is. I think if you retain Breece Hall, I feel good about the running back room. And, you have a stud number 1 receiver in Garrett Wilson. And now, overnight seemingly have really reworked that wide receiver room. They still need to likely either draft or trade or sign somebody as a wide receiver too. But your depth going into next year is not going to be Allen Lazard and Josh Reynolds and Tyler Johnson. Your depth is going to be, John Mechie and AD Mitchell. And to me, that's a really big upgrade. And, they, as you mentioned, it's kind of throw-ins. They were afterthoughts in both of those deals. The picks really being the centerpieces for both of those trades. But, taking a shot on young players is something that I think the Jets should do going forward. And they have like 8 day 3 picks. And I don't think you're using, going to stick and pick at all those spots. I'd be looking to do this again in the offseason where you're trading, 5th, 6th, 7th round picks for guys who could be cap casualties on other rosters.
Love it. And look, they have done really good with these 6th-round picks, man. I mean, again, to get Phillips, Briggs, and Brownlee for 6 rounders, like that's legit. I mean, think about some of the deals that the Jets have made. They traded a 3rd for Hassan Reddick. That's why they don't have a 3rd this year. Briggs, Brownlee, all the players we mentioned have all been better than anything they got from Reddick, who was a 3rd rounder, for example, a move that Joe Douglas made that obviously was one of his worst, right? They just completely gave away JFM like the previous regime. So at least Mougey's done well supplementing the roster. Now, a fair criticism is the fact that Mechie and Mitchell have come in and immediately have been their number 1 and number 2 wide receivers, not just in production, but in playing time. That speaks volumes on how weak the room was outside of Garrett, which we knew and screamed about. But again, if you want to be confident or optimistic Jet fans or be hopeful, these are first-year guys on the job that you hope learn from their mistakes and get better because they have to, otherwise they won't survive.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it is something that hopefully they're learning on the fly. And, you look at the targets, over the last couple of games for those 2 guys that they brought in, I know it's not the quarterback position, so it's not as sexy, but I think giving us something to look, for and watch in the next 6 weeks. Yeah, the record's not good at 2-9, but what is the ceiling on AD Mitchell? What is the ceiling on John Mechie? What kind of role could they be going into next year in 2026? Like, I'm essentially using the last 6 games as preseason, right? Like, you want to do more evaluating on this roster and see, what kind of role these guys could be in for you going forward.
Comments, questions, super chats will cut the line. Ladies and gentlemen, how about this from Frank P? He's the first to gift today, and he did it in a major way. Frank P, 20 opportunities to win a signed Joe Namath jersey at the end of the show. Hit the Matt O'Leary Jet Chant, baby. Man, I laugh every time I see you in the back, realize what's happening. Go, yeah. Good.
It was the best.
There were a lot of just random noises and chants happening at that point in the wedding. That's why I think we were just like, let's just do a jet check. Because there was like a lot of like, I don't know even what was happening. It was just like a lot of tables just making a bunch of noise. And we were like, oh, screw it. Time is now for the jet chant.
It was perfect. Everyone fit in well with it. That's kind of a thing at O'Leary weddings where you see like which table can be the loudest, or like they just start like laughing and trying to make.
Your dad is one of 9 siblings, by the way. Is that what you said? Or one of 8?
Yeah, he has 8 brothers and sisters. So big Irish Catholic family that I have a million cousins. That's why there were nearly 200 people at this thing.
Unbelievable, man. That is something. Shout out to Omari. He is in the Name It raffle for 1. He also has our first super chat. He says, my guy, Jake, #1 podcast on my end. Question, do we go the route of veteran quarterback or draft? Omari, appreciate your kind words. I think they're going to do both. Now, if they go veteran quarterback, I think I'm referring to a bridge. I don't know how you feel, Omari. Like, to me, they will add 1, if not 2, veteran quarterbacks to the room and still draft someone. Like, I still believe their ultimate plan, whether it's stick and pick or trade up, is to get a rookie quarterback. And I've never been more convinced of this based on everything Glenn has said about his conversations with Woody, that Woody wants to win, but he understands there's a process. I believe Aaron Glenn said to Woody Johnson, if you let us make these Sauce and Quinnen deals, we're going to get the quarterback situation figured out this offseason. We're laying the foundation now. We get our quarterback. Year 3 is when it all comes together after our quarterback shows signs of improvement as a rookie in year 1 for him, year 2 for us. We're ready to go by year 3. Like, that to me was the plan that they pitched after the brutal, 1-7 start at the trade deadline. So I think it's going to be a combo of both these options, unless, Joe Burrow is available and he somehow wants to waive his no trade to play for the Jets. Then I think the plan changes, but I fully expect a rookie to start the vast majority of the games at quarterback next year.
Me too. I think most likely is going to be the draft. I don't think you trade away Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner to then just pivot and bring in a veteran quarterback. That would be more of a win now move. Now, there might be a vet that's a stopgap, like, I don't know, trading for Mac Jones or, Jacoby Brissett or Jameis Winston, like a guy in that caliber. That's kind of what I'm thinking, veteran quarterback. I don't think Burrow's realistic. I don't want really any part of Kyler Murray. That doesn't interest me. So I think most likely it's going to be one of Fernando Mendoza or Ty Simpson, if you ask me today, who's going to be the Jets quarterback next year. But it's still a long way out. It's still only November. We haven't gotten to December. College football playoffs, I think will teach us a lot. So long way to go here.
I also think the idea that Dante Moore is just definitely not coming out if he's projected to be the #1 quarterback, top 10 pick, I'm not necessarily buying that, because we just saw Drew Aller go from, hey, first-round guy if he comes out, to going back to school, getting hurt, and now he's probably a day 3 pick, maybe end of the 3rd round on day 2. So there's a risk in staying. And if everyone says, oh, next year's quarterback class is so much better, well, that can knock down some of these prospects that are going back to school when they have a chance to come out now, get picked even higher and make way more money. Like, sure, Oregon might say, here's a lot of money from Nike, NIL money, but it's not going to be more than the $40 million guaranteed coming to Dante Moore the second he signs his contract if he's a top 5 pick in the draft.
Yeah, exactly. And it depends on how many quarterback needy teams are picking at the top too, right? Like we're still trying to figure out what the draft order is going to look like, but Jets clearly need one. New England, not New England, the Browns could use one. Vegas obviously is going to be in the mix. So I think Jet fans should be rooting for Dante Moore to come out, because that gives them a better opportunity to land one of these top guys.
Completely agree. I mean, look, Tennessee is going to stick with Cam Ward. The Giants right now would pick 2. They got Dart. Then after that Jet New Orleans game, man. Oh my goodness, is that for all the marbles potentially in the tankathon standings here? Yeah,
and New Orleans also plays Tennessee, I believe, the week after they play the Jets. So there's going to be a lot of scoreboard watching over the final 6 weeks for the Jets.
Ton of scoreboard watching, and rightfully so. That's unfortunate the time of year. I think you and I have talked about this before, Matt. Where do you stand on the tanking versus not tanking debate that unfortunately we do basically every year discussing the Jets?
Yeah, I kind of take the middle ground where I'm not rooting for losses. I just can't do that right now. To those who say that, it's probably better long term if they lose and get their guy, I understand that perspective, but I don't feel great about this coaching staff if they go 2-15 on the year, right? I just am preparing for them to win a couple more games. I think with how their schedule looks, I think they'll have a pretty good shot this week against Atlanta, a dome team on the road that's been struggling. So I'm kind of already expecting like a 4-13 season and picking fifth. So if you kind of go into it with that expectation, you don't mind as much if they win a couple games. Because if you're going in saying they're going to lose out and pick number one, unfortunately, I don't think that's very likely to happen here.
Yeah, I don't think so. And again, when they made these trades, I believe they told Woody it's because we're going to need the picks so we could guarantee we get the quarterback that we want. And we know Woody wants a franchise quarterback more than anything. And I think that's what sold him on the plan at the deadline. Because I think they went into the year clearly thinking they could coach up the existing players on this team to be better. They looked at the amount of leads they had in the fourth quarter a year ago, franchise record 7 blown fourth quarter leads. Like they thought they were going to be better. Clearly, they got out to this terrible start. Fields was nowhere near what they thought they could potentially do with him. So they pivoted, and the pivot, it makes sense. It just sucks as fans to have to go through it because it's been a nightmare season at 2-9.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I know like Jet fans don't want to hear the word patience. They have 10 straight losing seasons. They already clinched that. They're on their way to clinching their 15th straight year without a playoff.
They could be eliminated Sunday, by the way, if they lose.
Yeah. They absolutely could. So we could be talking about a team that's eliminated before getting to December. It really stinks, but this is kind of the boat we're in, right? You just got to hope that they find the right pieces and find the right quarterback and start to turn things around next year.
Samini had a good tweet on this. He goes, next day take, this was on Monday following the game Sunday. Glenn's team 2-9, but he's trying to spin the positive, selling the idea a foundation's being built. One thing he lamented is how the team needs to improve its mental toughness, the ability to overcome in-game adversity. He doesn't use the R word, rebuilding, but that's what is happening now. Of course, that wasn't the vibe in September. I'd also add that wasn't the vibe the entire offseason and training camp, sure. But things shifted along the way, and here they are, 2-9, playing out the string while evaluating players for 2026. I think that's where we're at. Now, one of those players that they're evaluating, and I think they already have their evaluation, is Breece Hall. I think he needs to be a priority for them to bring back. You're going to have a rookie quarterback, as we discussed, in all likelihood. I know he had the bad fumble Sunday, but he was having a really good game. Notice how Tyrod immediately is like, oh, maybe I should just check it down when I'm in trouble to Breece and let him make some great plays. A novel concept that Fields would never do, but I digress. I think Breece needs to be back. He's only 24. He's still young. I think if you're the Jets, you go to him and offer him a 2 or 3 year deal. And if he doesn't take it, okay, well, I have the franchise tag and you're going to play for us for another year and there's nothing you can do about it. So either take a 2-year deal where you get more money than you would for the tag for 1 year and you guarantee yourself a second contract, or you're playing on the tag. But I cannot let Breece Hall walk, and I don't think they will based on, one, they didn't trade him. 2, the way Glenn talked about Breece after the game, saying that's my guy, trying to build him up. I think Glenn recognizes how important Breece is to them, and I do expect him to be here. What's your take on Breece Hall?
Yeah, especially after not trading him, it would be silly to then just let him walk for nothing after that. I would take the approach of giving him a 3-year deal with the money kind of more heavily loaded in the first 2 years of that. I think that's the approach that makes the most sense. It's probably going to be somewhere between $10 and $12 million a year, depending on the length of the contract. But I would do it, right? You're going to have a rookie quarterback making significantly less money over that time. You have a ton of cap space. You want to make life as easy for your young quarterback as possible. I think having that running back room and having that weapon out of the backfield as a pass catcher would be so vital to a Ty Simpson or to a Fernando Mendoza. I think it's a no-brainer to bring him back, honestly.
Like, to me, yes, we like the potential of Braylon Allen, but he's coming off major knee surgery now. Isaiah Davis, I think, is a nice role player. Why create another hole when you have the money? It's not like you're tight for cash. You have the cap space. And if they did a 2-year quasi deal, 3 years, but it's only really 2 that are guaranteed, by then the Fields and the Rodgers cap hits are off the books and you're saving money there anyway with a rookie quarterback at that point on a rookie deal playing. To me, it'd be an absolute no-brainer. Think about all the bad contracts the Jets in their history have given out. No matter where you rank Breece Hall, you think he's top 5, we know he's a really good football player that will help a rookie quarterback. And I don't want to make the Darnold mistake all over again. I want to give whoever that quarterback is the most amount of offensive talent around him as possible. So we don't have to, make the excuse, well, how could you evaluate him if he doesn't have enough around him? We're eliminating that. Keep Breece Hall. You have the tag, worst case scenario. There's, to me, no excuse for him to not be on the team next year.
Right. I mean, they were willing to give Brandon Stevens $12 million a year, and credit to him. I mean, he's turned it around in the second half of the season here, which is good for them. But you wouldn't be willing to give that to a running back because of what? Like, what's your plan then after that? I don't feel great about Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis, and then like a mid-round pick in that. Make life, like you said, make life as easy for a young quarterback as possible. Give him the best chance to be fully evaluated, because you're right. I don't want to do the roster isn't good enough around him, the offensive line stinks. Take that out of the equation and just give him the best chance possible to succeed.
Speaking of the O-line, what would be your plan for the offensive line if you were Darren Mougey? Because it's interesting. They've been healthy. Knock on wood, that remains the case. We know Membu, has had a Pro Bowl level year as a rookie. Olu, I think, has played pretty well, maybe an up and down start, but he's been consistent lately and been really good. Tippman's had a really good year at guard. Give us your thoughts on the offensive line. What would be your ideal path for next year's starting five?
Yeah, I think I try to retain the unit that's currently out there. Like, I know AVT and John Simpson are both free agents. I love Elijah Vera Tucker. I just don't think you could sign him and bank on him being a starter with the injury history. And then, like, I get it. Is he a better player than John Simpson? Yes, but John Simpson is significantly healthier than him, right? So I would bring back Josh Myers as a starter. I'd bring back John Simpson as a starter, and I'd keep Joe Tippmann at guard. And then on day 2 of the draft, either take a guard or a center, or maybe someone who plays both, as your depth behind that, and maybe a developmental guy who could sit behind Josh Myers for a year or two and then eventually take over. I think that'd be my idea.
Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. This one is from JC to the ROD. JC, thank you. Would you be okay if they did what Arizona did and taking a quarterback in back-to-back drafts? Did they see a better QB in 27? Well, I guess it would depend on how the Jets rookie played, right? Is he as bad as Josh Rosen was, and then Steve Wilkes, who was the head coach there, got fired, and it's a brand new regime coming in that didn't pick that quarterback? I mean, that's a mess. Ideally, you don't have to do that, but I like the idea of having those 3 number ones in 27 in case doomsday scenario arrives. Mendoza or whoever is so god-awful, you feel like you had no choice but to do that. You'd have a new head coach in that scenario too. So, yeah, I mean, look, that's why, in worst case, I'd like to preserve the 27 draft picks to potentially take another quarterback, or use those picks to stabilize whatever holes we still have so we could try and win in that second year leap from the QB.
Yeah, no, exactly. I don't think it'd be good if the Jets are in that spot where they need to pick a quarterback again in 2027, because if that's the case, then I don't think Glenn and Mougey are here for that. I think it would be a whole new regime. And, I hope that if that's not the case, that they find their guy and it's just easier. But with the capital that they have, theoretically, if they needed to do it, they could draft a quarterback again in 2027.
They have that flexibility. There's no doubt about it. We're presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. Bet on all the Thanksgiving Day games tomorrow with FanDuel. And of course, you could bet on the Jets and the Falcons on Sunday. Here's your look at the latest line. Jets are a underdog at home against Kirk Cousins and Jeff Ulbrich and company, coming back to MetLife here. Should the Jets be an underdog in this one, Matt? They have played a little better. They are at home. Atlanta's in their weight class. Give us your thoughts on the Jets being a slight dog at home.
Honestly, I think they win this game, and I haven't picked the Jets to win very many games this year after the beginning of the year. But I think there's a decent matchup for them. I know Atlanta, they just won last week and kind of, got off the mat a little bit, but they've been struggling. They're a dome team that's playing out in the elements. I don't know how well Kirk Cousins is going to hold up, right? Like, he looked okay, I thought, in the most recent game that he started. But that's a defense that's struggling too. They came out of the gate looking great defensively, and then they've given up a bunch of points. Recently they took care of business against New Orleans, but the Jets have played better football over their last 4 games. And if that continues, this is a game that I absolutely think they can and probably should win on paper.
I agree with you. I think they're going to win 2 more games. So I could see them winning this one. I could see them winning the Dolphins game, the Saints game. I even think Jacksonville, while the Jaguars are a good team, they're very inconsistent. Like, they are up and down, very Jekyll and Hyde. Trevor Lawrence, I just think is so overrated. But that all being said, that to me still feels like a game they could potentially win. So it certainly is possible. Let me say this too. If anyone has extra tickets for Jets Falcons, they're not using, right? And you don't want to sell it on the secondary market for peanuts, because who's buying it? I have a bunch of listeners who reached out who want to go to this game, can't maybe afford to normally go, have a young kid who's never been, and they would like to go. So if anyone wants to donate tickets to a fellow Asmaniac, you could email me, asmanjake@gmail.com, and we do this for, unfortunately, all the home games this year because of how bad the team has been, but we always try to, give out free tickets to those who could actually use it. So anyone out there who maybe can't go to this game because of Thanksgiving this week, they're not in town, whatever, don't want to go, let me know, and I promise you we will get them in the hands of some listeners who could definitely use those tickets. What are your thoughts on those saying Kirk Cousins is auditioning for a spot potentially as the Jets quarterback next season, Matt? I know Rich Samini on his pod said he's fascinated to see Cousins because maybe he could be an option for the Jets as a bridge next year.
Man, he'd be 38 years old, and I just don't think he's looked the same after the injury that he suffered a couple years ago. The interception numbers were really high in 2024. Again, he looked better this past week, but I don't think Kirk Cousins is going to be the answer. I just wouldn't trust the health for a 38-year-old quarterback coming in.
Look, Kirk Cousins and no rookie behind him. No way. Kirk Cousins, someone else, and a rookie. It's like the Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, Jackson Dart thing. I could live with it, but I like they would have to eat so much of his contract if the Jets are going to take it on. Like Kirk Cousins is still owed a enormous amount of money. Like I almost would want like them to attach a pick to it and eat some of the money if I'm taking on Cousins. Plus, are we convinced Atlanta's definitely going to move him? Because Michael Penix is probably not going to be healthy for the start of the season next year. He just tore his ACL for the third time. So long answer here. I don't want Kirk Cousins. I'm good. I want someone younger that's not going to be 38, as you said.
Yeah, and that's a great call out on your point from Atlanta's point of view. One, Michael Penix, is he going to be healthy? And two, in the little we've seen him these first 2 years in the league, he hasn't looked very good. So there's a world where they would have to go to their backup quarterback, and they might feel, that at least he's someone who's had success in this league, and they could turn it over and preserve their jobs potentially with Kirk Cousins.
Hit the like button, comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Reminder, folks, get in on the raffle today. It is a great one. Signed Broadway Joe Namath jersey. If you don't win, you're entered to win a signed Mosley helmet, LT signed jersey, and signed Darrelle Revis jersey as this week's top prize. But the Broadway Joe jersey is sweet. Very rarely do we do daily prizes featuring Broadway Joe. So if you entered yesterday, you're in. And everyone on this show, you're in as well. Make sure you enter before the stream ends. Let's get to some calls now with the newly married Matt O'Leary. First up today is David, who's all the way out in Israel. What's up, David?
Hey, how you doing, Jake? How you doing, Matt? Mazal tov. I had wanted to talk about what your expectations of the Atlanta game had been, but you already talked about that now, and so I guess all I need to do now is just give my gobble, 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 and wish you all a happy Thanksgiving.
David, happy Thanksgiving. Well done.
Thanks.
Tremendous. Tremendous. Great call. By the way, shout out to Gator for the new Open that played today, folks. It features Beastbreaker gobble gobbling in honor of Turkey Day.
Gobble, 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 gobble.
So good.
Nothing like it. All right. On that note, let's get to more calls here. Let's say hello to Jordan, who's next. Hey, Jordan.
What's up, Jake? I love that beast turkey thing. That shit is so funny. But real quick, I just had a quick couple points. Oh, congratulations, Matt, on being married.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say, for the running back class this year, they're saying it's pretty deep as far as like prospects coming out, and there's some pretty good ones they're saying. So how would you guys feel about drafting another running back behind Breece to be over Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis? To have that extra juice when Breece does come off the field, and on third downs or whatever the case is. And then not only that, I would take a huge shot at Tyler Linderbaum this offseason and throw a huge contract at him. And maybe try to keep Josh Myers or John Simpson as a starter. But I wouldn't keep Josh Myers as a starter because I do feel like he's the weak link on the O-line right now. And some of his snaps are kind of bad sometimes in games at crucial times, like high or low or whatever. But I just feel like the Jets never go out and get the best, free agent out there on the market. So I feel like that would be a good move for them to do this offseason, especially if we're going to have a rookie quarterback. I just want to keep solidifying the line to get better and better. And that's all I really got was the running back and, trying to go get a solidified O-lineman this offseason.
Jordan, good call. Well, here's the thing. I don't think the Ravens would let Linderbaum walk if he's as good as everyone says he is, right? It's not like I'm watching every Ravens game and evaluating center play, but he's, consistently ranked as one of the best centers in the league. So I'd be surprised if he hit free agency. If he does, then yeah, sure. If you want to overpay and lock him up, I got no issue with that. The guy's young, still really, really good. Awesome. I'm cool with it. As far as drafting another running back, yeah, I mean, to me, there's nothing wrong with continuing to add to your running back room if it's a day 3 pick. That's how they got Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis in the first place. So no issue with that. But Matt, your thoughts on his 2 questions to you specifically about Linderbaum and the running back situation?
Yeah, I think Linderbaum would really elevate the ceiling of what this offensive line could be. And if that's what they're looking to do and say, we feel great about our tackles, Josh Myers is okay, but we think we can upgrade there. That's someone who's like, if you're going to spend it on a young player. That would be his first contract, right? His first big contract. So he's still young. And on the running backs, I don't look at it as this massive need, but if there's someone who's there that they happen to like, and maybe they feel like he's higher up on their board than any other guy out there, then yeah, I'm not against taking a running back in that scenario, but I don't look at it and go, they absolutely have to come away with a running back in the draft. But if they do, fine.
A 60-degree wedge says, what happened at that wedding? Now Matt is picking the Jets this week. Ha.
Yeah. A new lease on life, I guess.
Unbelievable. All it took was Matt, being on the dance floor with Green Bean and Richie and Ryan and Jets chaos. And all of a sudden he's picking the Jets to win a game.
Love it.
Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Up next on your Gustbuster Umbrella Hotline is...
What's going on, fellas?
Hello, Kyle.
Matthew, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
So, are we sure the Falcons won't move on from Penix?
No, I'm not positive. With all the injuries and how he's played, I don't think that's a crazy take at all.
Well, maybe he's on their team, but he's not. Maybe they add some legit veteran competition for him. The issue Atlanta has, they don't have their own first-round pick this year because they made the deal with the Rams. The Rams can win the Super Bowl and potentially have a top 5 pick in the NFL draft. Like, you look at Tankathon right now. Hold on, my StreamYard's glitching here. I'm trying to pull up the Tankathon standings. Atlanta, they're not pictured here. The Rams, they would pick 11 right now because Atlanta's 4-7, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, that's a bad situation there. I mean, I don't even know if that regime is going to be in place for very much longer in Atlanta. But to say Kirk Cousins is going to, I mean, that situation is so in flux. I don't think that you could depend on Cousins to be your, mentor / steward until the rookie was ready. And I don't really see anyone else out there. I mean, Mariota was bandied about. And he's the guy who quit on his team last year or in the last few years. Who else would be the guy? Who else would be a guy that you would go to and say, we need you to competently start for 4 to 8 games and bring this guy along until we can, bring him in. And we need you to mentor him and kind of point out what you see. And there's nobody out there of that type of quality. So I feel like whoever
Minshew, Wentz, is Garoppolo a free agent? Like someone like that, maybe?
Yeah, Jimmy G.
Yeah, maybe. Especially if it's a 1-year deal or even a 2-year deal. It's a very complex situation because you don't want to bring in anyone where you're going to have dead money, where you're going to have Rodgers dead money, followed by Fields dead money, followed by whoever this stopgap is. So, it feels like that whoever they draft is getting thrown into the deep end to me, whether it's Mendoza or Simpson or Moore. they're going to have to probably learn on the fly. And it seems to me a lot of these guys, they're not starters in the league anymore. They might be, maybe at best they're competing for the job. Maybe I don't know. There's so much in flux with this offseason, with so many teams that are near the top, that it's so hard to get a read on how things are going to shake out. I think initially I preferred Simpson over Mendoza, and Simpson has not played well of late, but I'm trying not to be too fickle about it. I understand that he hasn't had as much playing experience. I think I like more the best of the three if he were to come out. But what do we think that if they pick 5, 6, 7, do we think it's going to take another number one to get up to the top pick, or what do you think it would take
to get from 5 to 1?
Yeah.
Who has the number 1 pick? Tennessee.
Yeah.
I think the trade that we discussed for Matt Miller was fair. Colts pick, 2nd rounder the following year, and obviously swapping the Jets 5th for their 1.
Yeah, that's probably fair. And you would
worst case throw another 2 in there, so it would be one of the Jets 2s this year, the Colts pick, and another pick. Maybe it's a 3rd rounder in 2026 instead, something like that.
And you'd have to think that there would be competition to go up and get him, because even if the Rams win the Super Bowl, they need a Stafford replacement, right?
I don't think they would be the ones coming up, though. Just think about it.
But I mean, there's always teams that you don't suspect.
Right. It could be the Saints, though. It still could be the Browns. It could be the Raiders. The Raiders, I think, are the 2nd worst team in the league based on what I have seen.
And Cleveland has 2 1s this year.
They do. Yep.
Right. That their main competition, I think.
Root for Shador to be good.
Yeah. And then that would just be an indictment of every other team in the league, I guess, right? If he's
yep.
Yeah, I mean, they took him in the 5th. Is that right? The Browns
took him in the 5th round. Yep.
Yes.
That's insane.
In the 5th round.
All right. I mean, that's basically all I wanted to get out there is, this draft and these next 2 drafts really, just the way it's kind of shaking out. I mean, this to me, this is a league clearly of haves and have-nots. And we've firmly been in the have-nots. And, I do trust, as Matt was saying earlier, Mougey to be the guy that can kind of lift us out of it based on what we've seen so far. But it's cliche. Stick to picks. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
ladies and gentlemen, the great Kyle Clifton checking in. Matt, I got one last call for you here from a man who wants to hear all about your wedding. You tell me when you're ready for this.
All right, let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, stop what you're doing and get ready for the Bobby Midnight Experience.
Hi, everybody. This is Bob from Vermont. I am Bob, of course. You believe how powerful Jake is? He picked me up, my fat ass up, and threw me way there. So there's Addison, too. Addison has one, too. Nice. So, man, how was I saw that picture you, Jake, and your wife, and who was this? That one. You are damn tall, I tell you. Wow.
I am. Yeah, 6'4".
I didn't know you were that tall. Yeah, you're very tall. And I like Green Bean. Oh, that's Chaos with the glasses, right?
Yep, that's Jets Chaos is in there.
And
Jets
then who's the next one to you? Who's that?
Next to me is Richie.
Richie, and who's on the end?
Jets Talk 24/7.
Oh, the guy with the thing on his head, right? The head.
Pilot hat.
Yeah, he kicks everybody off like 30 seconds. He says goodbye.
He kicks you off. He's not a fan of yours.
No, he likes me. I love his dog. Come on, I talk about his dog every time.
You love everyone's dog.
I like every animal. So today I went to my toe doctor, right?
How's the toe?
The number is down to like 1 now. So getting much better. And next Friday, I get to see Dr. Lacani. He's a great guy, Jake. He's a great guy.
Dr. Lacani's a legend.
Yeah, to me and Michael, yes. And you. You ever meet him? You ever met him?
Yes, I've met him.
Okay, so yeah, because your brothers know each other too. So I got it all backwards. I thought you went to school.
I think your life is backwards, Bob.
I'm always backwards. Trust me, I do everything backwards. Yeah. So I want to tell you, you have a pretty wife. You got good taste.
Thank you very much, Bobby. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So what do you have for Thanksgiving? Turkey.
Turkey, mashed potato, sweet potato, stuffing, mac and cheese.
Stuffing
the
is
whole
the
thing.
best. Yeah, you like this turkey in the stuffing in the turkey.
Mike Perez says, "There goes my breakfast." Thanks, Bob.
Oh, who cares about you? Take care.
Hey, Mike Perez is a great guy.
I don't know him.
So
Well,
because you don't know him, you don't take my word for it.
yeah, I don't know. So I saw you the other day, Jake, on your show with Chloe. How is she doing?
Chloe's doing well. It was good to see her over the weekend. I went home for the weekend to go to Matt's wedding because my mom lives in Comac, which was about 10 minutes from where Matt got married. So it was super convenient.
Yeah. And then are you going tomorrow? No, you're doing a radio show tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to I'm going to Long Island for Thanksgiving, but not Comac. I'm going to Roslyn.
Oh, you got to do the radio station there, right?
I'm going to do the radio station from home.
Yeah.
And then go out to Long Island after.
Okay, what are you visiting people then? Your parents, right?
My aunt and my uncle.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm gonna have
I'm
Michael.
turning it around on you. I'm going to ask you a million questions.
Yeah, I'm gonna go make Michael. Michael's coming over. I'm gonna make him turkey, stuff and mashed potatoes, corn.
You're making turkey?
Yeah. No, I'm cooking it, not making turkey. I'm cooking turkey.
Are you qualified to cook turkey?
Oh yeah, I cook chicken parmesan. Do you like chicken parmesan?
I do.
Okay, maybe I'll if I come visit, I'll make you some.
Robbie wants to know what the purpose was for this call.
Robbie Beasley. That's on Bobby. Oh, Robbie Beasley. I like Jake. I don't like you, so that's why.
Jay says you not cooking.
I'm cooking, Jay. How's Power doing? We love Power. You ever see
Dylan
that
says
show, Power?
Yeti. Wait, hold on. I read the wrong one. 25 says Bobby door dashing pizza. He's lying.
No, I'm not. Shut the hell up.
You gotta have turkey on Thanksgiving. Come on.
Yeah, I have a turkey. So Michael's
Phantom Green and White says you're using your toe to baste the turkey. Is this true?
Oh no, hell no.
Oh no.
Ah, I'm watching the Thanksgiving parade tomorrow too. I wish, you know who I wish went to the dog show? Ace was supposed to. Oh, I wish Ace won. He could have gone to the dog show.
Is there a pet of a Jake Asman show listener you don't like, Bobby? Because it seems like you love every animal that you've ever.
I do. I love animals. On Facebook one time, this guy, I could not believe what he did. He had a cat in his hand and a gun to the cat's head. So they arrested him. So I actually called the jail where he was. I wanted to, you can't talk to him. Why not? And it's the rules. You can't talk to him.
Oh.
Went down there where they kicked his ass.
Yeah, there you go.
Really?
Because I love animals. You don't do that. Oh, that guy was sick in the head. I'm glad they arrested his butt. All right. So you guys have a good day. I'm going to come on today at 4 o'clock, 4:30.
I will be live at 4 o'clock today.
Yeah, I'll be my Jeff Parcells.
That's right. Coach Jeff.
Matt Leary. Do you know him?
I know Jeff. I love Jeff. He does.
Me too. Yes. He looks like Rudy from, the movie Rudy.
I can see it. I can see that.
Sean Astin. That's his name.
A lot of jet points during this call today, Bob. Well done.
Well, what are we going to talk about? They're 2-10, 2-9, like the Giants. They suck. But it's good to have friends to talk to. That's good. We love each other. I love Jake. I love you, Matt O'Leary. No more playing that stick on their, what you call it, butt on the stick. No more. Matt O'Leary is cool. I want to come down to Long Island and meet you. Can I?
Yeah, next time you're on Long Island, let me know.
We gotta go to Long Island and visit everybody. And New York City. I miss the city. Vermont sucks. Ugh. It's cheap to live here, but it's boring as hell to live.
And cold.
Yeah. Today, unfortunately, it was pretty warm out there when I went to see my doctor today. So next Friday, I get to see Dr. Connie. It's getting better. Then I could go find a part-time job tomorrow. Jake.
Where are you looking?
Sorry about that. I had my Wi-Fi just went out, so man, I put you in a tough spot.
Yeah, that happened to me on when we talked to Joe yesterday. Poof, it went gone.
Yeah,
so yeah, no.
But anyway, Bob, say goodbye to Matt because I'm gonna let him go and I'm gonna throw to a
I know he has to go. Tell your wife congratulations, okay?
I will. Thank you so much, Bobby.
Some crazy Bobby Midnight said hello to you. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye, Bobby.
Midnight. All right, Matt, I'm going to figure out here how to change banners so I can throw to a commercial break as my Wi-Fi resets. But again, congrats to you and Taylor. Awesome job Saturday night. It was so much fun to be there. And props to you for still the next day being on the couch, locked in, ready to live tweet and then break down on your channel Jets Ravens right after you got married. Props to you for that.
Thanks so much, Jake. Appreciate it. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matt O'Leary with us there. Great stuff from Matt. Awesome job by him. All right, here's what I'm going to do, folks. Obviously, I'm not on my usual setup here because my internet just crapped out. I am waiting for everything to switch over. So I'm going to throw to a commercial break. We'll come right back once this is done playing, and we'll get everything situated for the rest of the show with plenty of your calls. But until then, we'll be back right after this.
So anyway, how do you feel about Mila McCauley?
Who?
Mila McCauley.
I think good. I think I feel confident about him going into the season.
All right, thank you.
Lane, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, did this not play properly? Hold on. I'm in the middle of a reset, folks. Live producing on the air. It ain't easy. Let me try this again.
Rodgers.
Yeah.
I want to apologize for yesterday. I was trying to show off the name on my jersey, but my desk chair doesn't swivel. So I got up and I showed off my butt.
When was the last time you took a shower?
I don't know. Thursday evening.
You haven't showered since Thursday? You probably reek. Oh.
He stinks.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta be disgusting.
Constantly play down to competition. How the hell did he lose to Zach Wilson when Zach Wilson was fucking trash? Let me finish, okay? Are you...
How was the dinner the other night? Did you see Charles there? He had to leave early because his mom wanted him home. Do you have any other words also you want to ask me?
What was your question to me?
Do you remember Sam and Darnold? He was good. But then I think he retired because he got old.
He's on the Vikings.
I wish I can get Charles's recipe for soup.
Me too.
Yeah, but anyway, Mourners, Knoble is alive. He's just not starting yet.
Where is
I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Lane, thanks for the time.
Right now, what I need to have happen, Charles, I need you to put on the Gorman tank. It's Friday. The vibes are high. Put on the Charles Gorman-inspired Jake Asman Show tank top for the people.
I will maybe next week.
What? Put it on. Put it on. Oh, my God, he's doing it.
Football is back, bitches.
Give us one more spin around, all right?
Give us the full modeling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for the ass. Yeah, we appreciate it.
Charles, would you like to respond to Gator? He says you look like you combed your hair with a pack of firecrackers. How come you didn't congratulate him?
I did on the baby. Yeah, he had a...
You didn't say this, though.
Hey, congrats on the sex.
Congrats on the sex. Oh, my God.
Yeah, how do you think babies are made?
You know, it's funny. True story. When I was a kid, I actually thought I came from a stork. I shit you.
Hey, look, soy boy. Do I need to remind you where you came from, Estevato, with those ugly up cornrows?
You act like a child because you still haven't hit puberty. When was the last time you took a shower? When are you going to get a new T-shirt on? Did you brush your teeth this morning?
Because I look twice as sexy than your sorry ass. You filthy little degenerate. You're a straight up asshole. Have you ever been in a mosh pit?
Answer a question. Your inability to stay focused whatsoever, combined with being 200 pounds overweight, not being able to get out of your house. Do you think that's related to your diet or not?
You really got some balls, don't you, you little bastard?
I'm asking you a question. Do you think it's related to your diet? Yes or no?
I look good. I look just as good. All you're just doing is blowing smoke up my ass, act like you're God's gift to the United States. When it comes to a fourth down, you punt the ball. On fourth down, what I do, I like to ram it down people's throats. That's my job.
Right? You're a young man. You're the same age as me. I think you're younger than me. You don't need to live this way. You really don't.
I got to deal with one guy that looks like a fruitcake from an Eddie Murphy movie when Eddie Murphy said, one of them John Knoxville ain't some shit lost.
Even though you look like a butterball turkey, I do love you.
What the hell did you say, clown boy?
And we're back. All right. Hopefully the internet works. I don't know what happened there. Again, thanks to Matt O'Leary, the newly married Matt O'Leary, for coming on the show today. I have full control again. So before we get to your calls, how about a jet chant from the wedding? Yeah. All right. Hit the like button. Make sure you guys enter the raffle. This is the last chance to enter for your chance to win a signed Joe Namath jersey at the end of the show. We got a super chat from the great Festa down in Tampa. He writes in, just want to wish you and your Jets family a very happy Thanksgiving, my friend. Jets, Jets. Festa, the man who made our great weekend in Tampa possible. How about a jet chant from Tampa? Love it. Shout out to you, Festa. Hope everyone's doing well down in Tampa, Florida. Speaking of Tampa, let's get right back to your outstanding calls, because joining us live on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is none other than this guy.
Ricky, New York is my name. Florida State is my game. My internet sucks, calling Jake when it's time to smoke and debate. The New York Jets are gonna win. My team since I was a kid. My New York Jets are gonna win. I'm Richie, New York. Don't forget that. Florida State, bitches. New York Jets. We got this shit. It's time to win, baby. Win. Can't wait.
Hey, how's it going, Jake?
What's up, Ricky?
I was wondering what happened to that Wi-Fi that made me famous, but I see that you found it.
I pulled a you this morning, man. I don't know what happened.
Man, I'll tell you what Wi-Fi is the devil. It gets the very best of us sometimes. But and shout out to Festa. I'll be seeing you not this weekend, but the following. Looking forward to that and seeing all my people down here. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving because for a change I don't have to work, so I'm just gonna sit around and take it easy and lounge around the house and watch some football. Sounds like a wonderful day, man. Nothing better than good food and football and family. So the three F's. Well, there's four, but I can't say the other one. But at any rate, yeah, man, like I'm looking forward to this. You know what? The Jets allowing 2.7 yards per carry over the last 2 weeks ranks number one in the NFL. When have we ever ranked number one against the run? Even if it is only for 2 weeks. That's nice. That's improvement.
The defense has been definitely better the last 4 games overall for sure. I thought they played pretty well, all things considered, Sunday. But again, they don't force turnovers, and you just can't win that way. Especially if you're going to be at a disadvantage at quarterback in all these games. You're only going to win if you could create a short field for your offense, sudden change. Like the Jets they don't do it. And they don't even come close, which is crazy. It's not like, it's amazing. I was thinking back on the season the other day. Week 1, they should have had the pick 6 on Rodgers that Stevens dropped, and Michael Carter dropped an interception too in that third quarter or fourth quarter early on. Like, those are the only things I can think of where it's like it's in their hands and they didn't come down with it. Most of these circumstances have been the Jets go out there, Ricky, and they completely don't even come close to coming up with an interception or even a fumble recovery.
You know what? That bugs me too. And the one that really kills me is the AZ Thomas when he actually had the interception, made the interception, but apparently he stepped out of bounds before coming back in and doing it, so it didn't count. Like that kills me. It's like, dude, do you know how hard it is for this team to get picks? Like, you can't just let that stand. But you know what? After this last week, Azaria Thomas tweeted, "It's coming." So
what is more losses? Like, what's coming?
I believe he was talking about the turnover.
The number 1 pick? Yeah, I'll take that at this point.
You know what? I would too. Unfortunately, the Titans, I think, stink way worse than us.
I think the Raiders stink worse than the Jets too. I think the Jets aren't, and they never were supposed to be as bad as it looked like they were going to be when they were 0-7. So I think they're gonna have to trade up.
Probably so. Now, if we ended up losing to Miami and if we ended up losing to the Saints, I mean, I think that would almost lock us into the top 3. I don't want to lose to either of them. I mean, I still want to win games. Screw it. I don't care. We've got enough ammo to trade up, so I want to win some games.
I'm with you.
Games down the stretch.
Also, Ricky, apparently my camera quality is not as good as yours right now. I don't know, because I'm still getting over the remnants of my internet going down. I'm trying to update some things. Who's ever stealing my Wi-Fi, get off it, damn it. I don't know. But anyway, hopefully I'm going to be able to get my camera situation figured out. But apparently you're out Wi-Fiing me, Ricky.
That's a first. That is a first for sure. Anyways, man, have a great day. Hope you and your family have a great Thanksgiving, and keep an eye on the mailbox. Your Christmas present will be coming soon.
Ooh, I'm excited. Ricky, you're the man. Have a great Thanksgiving, all right?
All right, man. Have a good one, Jake.
I'm Ricky, New York, and I love to smoke. Florida State, I really love Florida State. Jordan Travis, you know he's from Florida State. At any rate, I call into smoking debate. Florida State, I really love Florida State. At any rate, thanks for taking my call, Jake.
All right. Apologies for the camera quality. It looks good on my end here, so I don't know what the cause of that is, but if you guys can hear me okay, that's fine. I'm a radio guy after all. So the show must go on, and we will still be doing the raffle. I want to shout out Gypsy Moonchild for being the most recent Asmaniac to gift 1 membership. Also, how about this from our guy in Austria, the number 1 Austrian Jet fan, gifted 5 memberships. Let's go. And he sent in a super chat. And Asmaniac super chat, you get 1 free super chat a month when you're a channel member, part of the perks. And Austrian Jet fan says, happy Thanksgiving, Jake. Stay awesome. Thank you, Austrian Jet fan. I hope you're doing well. Glad that we're able to still get you your raffle prizes when you've won. You're the man. Hey, quick reminder, join the Patreon. The Chuck Wagon joined yesterday. He was the latest to get in the Discord. When you become a Patreon member, you get your name in the intro. You get 20% off every item in the merch store year-round. And maybe the best perk, you get in the Discord to mix it up with us every day. You find out when the show's going to start, who the guest is, the raffle prize. You just get a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff from the show. Amanda says my camera quality is ass right now. Mike says, Jake with the AOL dial-up connection. Man, this is tough. Phantom says, Jake, New York Live. Is it? I guess it's that bad, huh? I mean, I could try and do a quick StreamYard reset, but I'm going to need a co-host to take over while I'm gone. Ladies and gentlemen, for the next minute, you're in good hands because we will say hello to a man who needs absolutely no introduction, but Gators made about 1,700 of them.
Right now, we're getting some gabagool. If you really want some gabagool, you got to come get the gabagool. Catch you later.
All right, Beast, you're going to take over here. I'm going to put the comments on the screen for you, and I will be right back, all right?
See, good morning, New Yorkers, and hello, New Jersey superstars. Are we ready for some Thanksgiving? Damn right we are. We are going to party like it's 1999 and get ready because this Sunday, you know what we're going to do to those Falcons? We will baptize their asses in 3 different modes. Garlic and herb, lemon pepper, and raging Cajun. Who's hungry for some good old-fashioned Falcon action? Anybody who wants it, come on down. We're gonna get some grease. We're gonna baptize those suckers up, and when we're done, there's gonna be a lot of new food coming its way. If you want, we can add some beans. Gobble, 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 gobble. Anybody who's ready for that action, come on down. We're ready. Anybody, you can bring all you want. You can bring beer. You can bring sodas. Water, it don't matter. But we're going to throw a party like it's 1999 because when the Falcons...
Breaker 666, he's the man who would kick your ass. And then he's gobble-goo.
All right, how's my connection now? Is it any better, folks? Let me know in the chat.
Fantastica.
All right, let me know in the chat. If I'm back to normal here. Beast, you sounded like you were doing a great job with the show, though.
Hey, you know what we're going to do to those Falcons on Sunday? We will baptize their ass in that grease. And we're going to do it in 3 different ways. Garlic and herb, lemon pepper, and raging Cajun. Which one do you want, Jake? You got 3 choices to make out of those 3.
Ooh.
Garlic and herb, lemon pepper, or some raging Cajun.
Man, Beast, you pick. You're a food expert.
Well, if you want, we could mix it up, or you know what? Since we need a little hot kick, we're gonna go with some raging Cajun, and since you're gonna add a little raging Cajun, a little spice to the mix.
Hey, Beast, that shirt you're wearing. I like that you got a Jets Worldwide shirt on.
That's it. Hey, what you see is what you get, and you know what tomorrow is? It's Turkey Day. That means Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Some food. Gobble, 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 gobble. We're going to party like it's 1999.
Hey, what's your favorite part of the parade?
Hey, whatever comes its way. If it's the McDonald's float or if it's any other float. You know what I'd like to see in there one of these days? A Jets float. A New York Jets float at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. That would make my day. Hell, even the Rangers, even the Knicks, anything that'll surprise me. Just make it look good. Make it look like
I have a great view of the parade from where I live, Beast. Should I stop by the parade tomorrow?
Hey, it's freedom of speech. Hey, it's whatever you want. It's however you want. Just be yourself. Enjoy those days. And knowing you, I know you're not going to eat turkey, right? Since you're going to be wanting to eat steak. Is that right?
I'm a steak guy, but I'll have a little turkey. I'm a big fan of steak.
Well, just make sure it's been based and also nice and tender. You don't want it dry, tender. That's what you're looking for.
Like a spatchcock turkey, Beast?
Oh, what?
A spatchcock?
No, never heard of that. But I do have a butterball turkey that's ready to go. We're gonna take the giblets out. We're gonna take the heart out and everything. We're gonna stuff that bird nicely, and we're gonna use a lot of flavor to it. Lemon zest, some orange zest, a little bit of 3 things of garlic puree. That's why we need it pureed, and that's why it'll give it that nice little woo 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 woo.
Hey, question from Jamal. He wants to know how you thought Browning Nagel looked Sunday.
It was okay, but our boys need to do 3 things for next year. $3 billion will be taken out. Ice baths will be installed in the locker room. We're also going to go get new meat. I'm sick and tired of our team playing like Flipper. We know we need to start playing like, you all remember the movie Jaws? Remember what Jaws used to do in the ocean? Anybody who dared goes against Jaws, Jaws was a killer. Jaws was known for one thing: destroy, destroy, destroy. Jaws was a killer. That's what we need to be again.
Have you ever had duck on Thanksgiving?
No. But there is one thing that John Madden didn't used to make: the turducken. It is a deboned chicken with the deboned duck and deboned turkey. John Madden loved that thing. I would have loved to have had that, but unfortunately, we don't have many people that that have that kind of thing nowadays because everybody's different.
Ricky said that Jaws was on your seafood diet.
That is a derogatory. No, thank you, please. No, throw it to the side. It's now that's fish bait.
Phantom Green and White wants your you assess Browning Nagel, wants your assessment how Kotri looked filling in for Garrett in this game.
Jericho Kotri's been on the tire for quite some time. I've seen him play before. He was a great player. He did very, very well. Same with San Antonio Holmes. Even Sean Green was even on this team. Hell, oh my God, you could name. I was just watching not too long ago the Cincinnati New York game on Thanksgiving night 2010. That was remarkable. Very good game. Brad Smith doing a thing called a play that we've all never seen before, a flea flicker. Mark Sanchez right to Brad Smith. Brad Smith, gone with the wind. He was already onto the tracks. Within 3 minutes, he was already down to the next train station. Choo choo. And I'll tell you, we got. I hope we can do that, but maybe one day we'll get the Thursday night game. But it has to be on a Thanksgiving night when we're actually good instead of playing like slop right now. So to all you New Yorkers and New Jerseyers,
hey Beast,
Thanksgiving and don't
I'm planning on getting San Antonio Holmes on my show. What do you think of that?
Oh, now you're talking big. Now that's a good start. Very good start. Try and get him on sometime during the.
I'm gonna ask him if he remembers the Alamo.
Go right ahead. In the words of the great Dirty Harry, go ahead, make my day. You remember that movie then, don't you?
Oh,
Dirty
yeah.
Harry? Come on, who can't remember the great Dirty Harry, the great Clint Eastwood? The only man that I respect the most. Anybody who don't like Clint Eastwood, they're not worthy of him. Until then, let's enjoy this Thanksgiving time. Go out, enjoy. And remember, Black Friday's right around the corner if anyone's ready to do some shopping after that. But remember, folks, come Sunday, we will baptize those Falcons. So if you want any Falcon meat, come my way.
Hey, give us a reenactment of what a Falcon looks like when they get baptized.
As the guy once said, we'll baptize those Falcons. And just remember, folks, when you take your flour, make sure, when you get to that Falcon, get it in there nice and and get all that, get every cranny, crevice, everything. Make sure when you check your flour, make sure there's some seasoning in it, and make sure, and take the thing with you and go.
We're hunting falcons.
Do one of these. You don't want too much flour on that Falcon. And remember, after you're done, get it into that fire when it's 360 degrees, and we're gonna roll that shit down. You know what I mean? We're gonna roll it down. After 2 minutes, we're gonna pull it back and we're gonna yell out those words. Popeyes ain't got nothing on this. KFC ain't got nothing on this. Not even Sharks, not even Sharks, not even Zesty Zestos, Bojangles, not even Chick-fil-A, not even anything else. We're gonna baptize those asses, and we're gonna baptize them hot, hot, hot. And if you can't take it, you're gonna get not. And that's what's gonna happen to Atlanta. Get ready for the baptizing because there's not gonna be one soul that walks out of that stadium on Sunday. And bring this if anybody's watching. Get ready for the big ride. Get ready to hear these words on Sunday. We are going to baptize Atlanta so big, so bad. Boing! Where's the gong, please? Boy! Sir! You know what that is, folks? Your claw. Sir! 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 That's karate for everyone who's ready. Let's go back to Jake. Take it away, Jake. The floor is all yours.
Icebreaker.
I don't even know what happened there. Started playing sound effects I had. Oregon writes in, let's trade Garrett Wilson and Mason Taylor to win 2 and 3 games before the season ends. Not tanking and trading up in the draft is the same thing. You can't trade them. The trade deadline's passed. Now, I don't think Garrett Wilson should play again this year. I would preserve his health for next year. I don't see the purpose. I don't think Braylon Allen, if he's cleared, should play again. I guess there's a chance he might be able to come back before the end of the year originally. I don't know what the update is on that. Mason Taylor, you're not going to sit him. He's a rookie. He's got to play. Garrett, I wouldn't play, though. I agree with half of that, Oregon. Mike Perez. Beast clearly fixed your problem, Jake. He did. The internet's back. Great job by the Beast. Great job. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, last chance to get in on the show because I am currently counting raffle names, which means it's also your last chance to enter the Broadway Joe Namath signed jersey raffle. You can get the membership for $5 and give yourself a chance. This is the combined entries from yesterday's afternoon show and today's show. Nate wants in. How about this? Nate Jets in the house. Nate gifting 5 channel memberships to the community. Hit it. These are from Nate. Thank him if you got one. Robert Thean is the Zahahaha, Jiggy Pino, Ruck Drum 3R, and Mackenzie Bates, all receiving a gifted membership there. All right. I'm in the middle of counting the names here. So why don't I leave you guys with a short clip that could be played, provide a couple of laughs, I hope. And then we will get to the Asmaniac raffle of all the raffles. But first, sit back and enjoy a moment that many to this day are honestly still talking about. A moment when we saw this community come together on Long Island. Shout out to all the incredible Asmaniacs who joined us for an awesome evening of eating, drinking, talking Jets, and a heck of a lot more. It was so great to see so many of you again and meet so many of you for the first time. I also would like to shout out to our guy Neil in Garden City for leading the Jet chant last night.
Is Brock Purdy going to run for his life on the opener? Yeah! He's going to die. Let's go. J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets. Let's go.
Neil coming through, and that was one of the many Jet chants that occurred last night. So shout out to everyone who came out. Special thank you to Matt O'Leary, Nick Faria, and Brandon Pockrass, who all came out as well.
Jay Quest picked me up off the train, right? So I walked down the tracks. I'm looking for him. He told me he was in a red Honda. I'm looking around, and I see this animal-looking thing with a mask on with a sign saying Mr. Bonesy.
Hey, Bonesy's Uber driver. How are you?
I'm good. Listen, I had the luxury of picking up Bonesy at the Hicksville train station. What a fine gentleman he is. I picked up Bonesy at the Hicksville train station. I dropped him off with Jay Quest. You know, I spent the night in the background. They put me in the basement. That being said, the best part of the night, Jake, I have to say, is you manhandling your mother I was right there behind you. You didn't see me. It's kind of crouching down. What a night, Jay. The food was fantastic. They had no dog food or cat food, whatever the fuck I am. But I got to say, it was great.
That's how my day started off. Then we get to the place and meeting everybody. Jake, what you do for our community, showing up with all those people, it's like we knew each other forever. I'm meeting people for the first time. It feels like we're family. I met your parents. Awesome kicking it with your dad and the real creators of this this Superman we got in front of us. Gary showed up. The food trucks had chicken and pasta on it, and it was delicious.
It was a blast. And seeing Gary walk in the fold, I mean, highlight of the night, wearing his Antonio Cromartie jersey, just unbelievable seeing Gary. And Gary, the best part about Gary is Gary had no idea that Decker even called into the show.
A lot of people there we already kicked it with, like Snowball and Neil and Rob. And Dre Day came all the way from Maryland. I mean, I missed Chef, but I saw him come at the end. He came with the gas station pizza, man. That's hilarious.
Shout out to Chef Kevin. He showed up with a box, and on Sharpie it said gas station pizza, and it truly was gas station looking pizza inside. He was going to give it to Gary, but he got there too late. Unfortunately, Gary left already. But just the power of the Asmaniacs is incredible. I'm blown away every time we get to do events like that. I mean, that was so much fun.
Oh yeah, I like this guy. Where's his wife? Who's that guy? Neil, how you doing, Neil?
Let's go!
Hey, Snowball. Oh, you. I want to talk to you. Hey, get him back. I want to talk to him.
Genergy in the house.
Yes, Genergy.
The guy who we're here for created this man.
Who's that?
Oh, Bobby.
Hey, hi, Mike. Oh, you are awesome. Thank you for the umbrella, too.
My best offensive lineman on the squad.
Hey, Rob. How you doing?
You know what's up? What's up, Nick? Where are you, Nick?
Lumpy's in the house.
Hey, Brendan Brains. How you doing?
Take it easy.
Hi, Lumpy.
Somebody say Brock Bowers.
Oh, no.
We out.
Okay. Where is Matt O'Leary? I want his butt on a stick.
Oh, Bobby, what's going on, Bobby?
Is that Matt O'Leary?
Nowski, where you at, bro?
Get Matt O'Leary back. Get Matt O'Leary back.
Bobby did that show, everybody. Show that never ends. It just continues.
Thankful for the Asmaniacs on this Thanksgiving. That was one of our great meetups we had. June of 2024, I believe, was the time frame for that. Ladies and gentlemen, who's ready for a raffle? I'll tell you what, I was going to go to the raffle, but I'm not going to not take a Neil phone call when Neil is on hold. Ladies and gentlemen, your last chance to enter is during this call, and if Neil makes 13 points, you probably have plenty of time. Neil is today's closer. Stop whatever it is that you are doing and get ready because we are going to be singing along.
Get ready for Neil. He will make 13 points about the New York Jets and maybe hump a Patriots jersey. Get ready for Neil. He's probably smoking a big fat cigar and burning his house to the ground. That's
Neil.
Hey, what's up, my man?
Neil, I was about to spin the wheel and you called in.
I know, I get it.
I'm squeezing you in. I mean, you're Asmaniac royalty, man. That's what you get when you get to the Final Four in Asmaniac Madness last year.
I saw that, that meetup we had there in 24. That was the last time we had real hope. That was like a year. That's like what we are when we're hopeful of a winning season and we had everything set up. Was that right before the Rodgers injury?
It was the year after because I already moved back to New York at that point. So it was we still were hopeful, right? We all liked the offseason moves. We're like, here comes Aaron Rodgers coming back from injury. They still won 7 games. Like we thought they were going to be good last year. We all did.
Oh my God, that was crazy. I didn't realize how many. That was a big showing. We had Gary was there, and everybody was there that day. That was a crazy day. I think I drove there with Peter that day, from out east, and we came. You know, the meetups are great. Your show is great. I'm thankful to all the Asmaniacs. Say happy Thanksgiving to your pops and to you guys and everybody else. And this is my favorite holiday. I'm ready to chomp down on some great food. Hey, one thing I'm going to say about the Jets. What happens if is Kirk Cousins starting for sure on Sunday against us? What happens if he racks up 300 yards and 3 touchdowns against us and Tyrod Taylor looks like shit? Are we going to want Kirk Cousins then?
He's going to be 38 next year. I mean, let's see. Do you really think he's going to light up the Jets?
Yes.
I don't think so.
All right. What if
I said this earlier, Neil? The only way I would accept Kirk Cousins is if obviously they're still drafting a quarterback in the first round, and he's not the only veteran addition because he's injury prone, and I don't want to put the rookie in a spot where he has to start if he's not ready. I want to do what the Giants did where they had Russ and Jameis. So if you tell me it's Kirk, who the Falcons are basically, paying his salary to not play for them anymore, right? They're eating a lot of it. And then it includes, let's throw out Gardner Minshew or someone like that. They also had and a rookie. It's different.
Really, we should have 2. We should have Gardner and Kirk Cousins. Is that what you're saying? Let's get 2 veterans in the room. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I think 2 veterans and a rookie. If Cousins is one of them, I really don't want him, but he would have to be in addition to someone else too. He's old, man. He can't move.
I go with that. I could go with that. I agree. We have to get 2 guys like the Giants had. What happened to DeVito? Where is he now?
He's the Patriots backup. He's May's backup.
Is he on contract, DeVito?
He's probably a free agent at the end of the year.
That, DeVito is good.
Cousins, and a rookie. I mean, you can have a work.
I'm all right with that. Look, DeVito has a lot to prove, and
he's won games in the league before. He's not horrific, Like he's
Jake,
good enough to be Drake May's backup.
The Giants for last year, everybody was cutletting all over the place. He had a couple really, really good games. At least Mike White type games before he.
Yeah.
Right.
Mike White's another name. Mike White, Kirk Cousins, and a rookie. Like they need 2 veterans. They do what the Giants did.
And one thing I do want to see, I flipped on for some reason. I had Brady Cook YouTube of his college highlights. On my, and I looked at his college highlights. He was lighting it up, running all over the place. I mean, let's get a look at him at least before the season ends. No, Jake?
I do think there's a chance for that. I do.
There's got to be a chance. I don't understand it. If there's if we're relying on this coaching staff to develop a rookie and we have one sitting in our practice squad and he never sees the field.
That means he's probably terrible, though, to be fair.
No, he can't be terrible, Jake. I mean,
he can't be. Look at Bryce Petty's college tape. Look at Christian Hackenberg's college tape.
So what you're telling me is, again, I don't know about these guys going from the college to the pro ranks. I really don't know. But I just don't, I hope that we make the right decisions. I got to go. I got to take a call. I'm busy.
Happy Thanksgiving, Neil.
These goddamn exploding cigars. Gotta go, Jake. I'll call back later. Shit.
Neil working on Thanksgiving. Ladies and gentlemen, the raffle's coming up. How about our guy, Rick Kent, out in Los Angeles? Rick yesterday winning a signed Wayne Corbett football, which I sent out to Rick yesterday, so he should have that by next week. Rick trying to get a signed Namath jersey here. He just sent in 20 memberships. Let's go, Rick.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We call that raining memberships. Grab your Gustbuster umbrella. I got 20 names to read off here from Rick Kent. Framaji, Jay Weil, Joe Boss Music, Rec_King, David Jr., M. Thomas, Ant Jets, Alicia Perone, Omari, Tony Schnitzel, Fendi H.I., Steve, Ken Drickles, Mom's Spaghetti, Manny Diaz, Phenom. Shout out to you, Phenom. You got to call in again soon, man. Great to see you. I was on the same flight to Tampa with Phenom when we were down there in September. Who else is here? It's not loading all the names. No way it was at 20. That couldn't have been 20. B Heights, Brooklyn Len, Incel Allen, DJ Carrot. That might have been 20. There you go. Courtesy of our guy, Rick Kent. Give Rick a Jet Champ for it. All right, couple super chats here. I see this one from Peter. Says, put me in again. Peter, I got you down in the raffle for the name of jersey coming up. Anthony Logerato also sent this in when the Long Island meetup video was playing. Jake, hope you and all the Asmaniacs have a wonderful Thanksgiving. You too, Anthony. Thanks for all you do supporting the show. Hopefully better days are ahead for our Jets, and hopefully the Yankees know what they're doing this offseason. Ralphie checks in. He's in for 2. Would we have the patience to deal with the rookie QB we were all asking for? Look at J.J. McCarthy. We'd be going crazy if we were Vikings fans. I think part of the reason they're going crazy is that they had Sam Darnold, who was great for them last year, and they let him go. And they also had, to be fair, Daniel Jones in their room. Right? So that's part of it. Are Jet fans going to be patient to deal with a rookie quarterback? No, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't take one. Some will. They used to call me a Zach Wilson truther because I was very patient with Zach. People just think, oh, you hated Zach Wilson. I was incredibly patient with Zach at first. I'm just not going to pretend like what I'm seeing is not reality. I'll call it how it is. You got to give a rookie time. But that's why I want to overload on as much talent as humanly possible for that rookie quarterback. So they're put in a position where you can't blame the talent for a reason they're struggling. But Vikings fans are going crazy. They have good reason to. They had a legit franchise quarterback they let walk. They could have franchised Darnold for a year. And J.J. McCarthy's going through his rookie year in year 2 because he didn't play last year. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back this afternoon. But right now, it's time to bring on the Thanksgiving King to send us to the raffle.
It's time, ladies and gentlemen. Are we ready, Jake Asman fans?
Yes.
It's time to spin the wheel of champions.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Look, we say epic prizes on the show, and they are epic, but this is super epic. It's a signed Broadway Joe Namath jersey. And to anyone who doesn't win, well, you got a chance to win a Revis signed jersey, a LaDainian Tomlinson signed jersey. That's right, Hall of Famer LaDainian Tomlinson, and a signed C.J. Mosley helmet for Raffle 51. But here's the daily raffle. If you win, you got to let me know your name and your email. Or excuse me, you got to email me your name and your address so we can get the jersey ordered and sent out your way. Good luck to everyone. Thanks to everyone who supported the program. But only one Asmaniac can win. And the Wheel of Champions shall determine. Good luck. Your winner is... the winner is Frank P. Congratulations to Frank. He is your winner. Hit the Jet channel, Larry. Let's go. Congrats to Frank. Congrats to everyone. We'll do another raffle this afternoon. Black Gypsy tried to join, but he's maybe watching the show on delay. I've never seen Black Gypsy be this late before. I'll tell you what, Black Gypsy, you will be entered in the daily raffle this afternoon when I determine what the prize is. I have a couple of bids on some memorabilia sites for some signed stuff. So it's either going to be that or we'll give away a Jets jersey. We'll do something big on Thanksgiving Eve. But either way, you guys are the best. Congrats to Frank. Frank, you don't have to email me. I got your info already. So I'll take care of that for you. But appreciate all of you. Thank you to Matt O'Leary for coming on. We'll be back again this afternoon. So I'm certainly looking forward to that. We're thankful for the Asmaniacs who make this show the show that it is. I will talk to you guys this afternoon. Jets, Jets, Jets. Sit back and how about enjoy a laugh or two, courtesy of the Lane Train.
So anyway, how do you feel about Milaka McCauley?
Who?
Milaka McCauley.
I think good. I think I feel confident about him going into the season.
All right, thank you.
Lane, thank you.
You're welcome.
Ricky NY is up next. Hello, Ricky.
Okay, did you lose me?
What's up, Ricky?
At any rate, I will be calling back soon with different Wi-Fi.
You're the man, Ricky.
How was the dinner the other night? Did you see Charles there? He had to leave early because his mom wanted him home. Do you have any other words also you want to ask me?
What was your question to me?
Do you remember Sam and Darnold? He was good, but then I think he retired because he got old.
He's on the Vikings.
I wish I can get Charles's recipe for soup.
Me too.
Yeah, but anyway, Mourners, Knoble is alive. He's just not starting yet.
Where is
I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Lane, thanks for the time. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is someone with the greatest camera quality you will ever see. Robert C. is up next. Hello, Robert.
So I try to pull up your channel on YouTube. What the Jets need to do is win.
Robert, thank you for the call. I don't know if that's your camera, if you're hanging out with Weed the People, if you're in a sauna, but that was great.
Oh, hi. Jake wants me to ask you to click on the like button.
That's right, Lane. And if they don't subscribe to the Jake Asman Show, this team may never win another game. Let's go, Jets.